true story is that in our body, in every cell we have in our body, every molecule basically is made for freediving. Sounds weird, but it is like that. We're mammals. And there's something in our body, I call it an app, a software. This software is called the Mammal Diving Response. And this Mammal Diving Response makes us dive. And the same response, the same reaction to water is stored in all cetaceans like dolphins, whales, all seals, all nutrias, all otters. Like all water-living animals, they have it a little more, and basically every mammal has this response. That, like, a mouse is not as good as a rat, a human being is better than a rat, and so on. So it's like there's a little bit of a hierarchy, of course. The top of the mammals is the whales and dolphins. They dive the best. But we, as a human being, our body is made for diving, for free diving, like walking, like using our hands. It is in our body, from baby to grandpa and grandma.
Wednesday was a great day because one of my dreams that I always had was to become like an ocean explorer. And so pretty young I started scuba diving, and then this movie came out, The Big Blue. Big Blue was about apnea diving and to hold your breath and go down for 100 meters or so back in the days. Today the record is much deeper, but I always wanted to do that.
If you throw a baby into a pool, the baby will not panic, the baby will not be afraid, the baby will not breathe. Because in our body, I always call it the body intelligence. Our body is so intelligent that he instantly, without using the funny brain we have, he instantly knows that there is water around and you shouldn't breathe, because it's so deep in us, like that the body remembers we have been fish before, we have been a frog before, we have been a lizard before. This all happened in the belly of our mom.
So Wednesday was the day, and there's this really amazing teacher here on the island called Carsten Moore. What else can you expect than only the best if somebody's name is Carsten? So Wednesday early in the morning went up to Isora to do the practical part. So it was really great, even after having done my scuba diving license, to learn more about how do you do your equalization in that case. After a couple of hours of doing different exercises, breathing exercises, relaxation, meditation, we took a little lunch break and then all met close to the ocean again to start the practical part. So that started with Carsten talking about different equipment.
The wetsuit is not like a normal diving wetsuit, which has a zipper and stuff. We have these pants which we wear up to the hip, and then the jacket goes kind of over it, and this strap goes around this crotch and is closed here. Then we close the whole system with our weight belt. Then we have the weight belt. The weight belt we put around really low gangster style around the hip line, not the waistline. Why not? Because belly breathing not possible with a tight cinturón belt. There is a problem once in your life. I never experienced that, and I did never see it. You see, with one grip it falls off. The masks are, as I mentioned before, are very low volume. They're completely soft. And the low volume is because we have to equalize the mask and we don't have a scuba tank on our back. So it's just a good plan to have a low volume here. And it's very soft, so it's comfortable on the skin. The frame of a apnea mask is different to a scuba diving mask because the scuba diving masks often have a transparent frame. Snorkel. So the snorkel goes in here, and then the mouth. So we don't have the classical clip like the snorkelers have because we're much faster in the water, and because we take it out when we dive, the snorkel would always flip around, twist the band, open the mask. This is why we just put it under it here and have it during the dive under the chin. Most of the time you have the snorkel in, but just when you dive down, you take it out of the mouth. But I would say 90% of, more like 95% of the session, you would have the snorkel in. Fins, they have a closed foot pocket. We have one foot pocket because the transmission of your leg power is more direct then, and the fins are also longer. This is kind of intermediate fin, and yeah. The apnea fins, they apply much more power transmission and accelerate much more than the scuba fins. And then the difference, like this is something like an intermediate fin, and this is kind of a professional fin, and you see there's like quite a difference in length. Mm-hmm. But I recommend everybody to start with these fins or even shorter, because you really need to apply the technique well. If you start with something like this, something long like that, you can't apply the right technique. You first have to learn the movement and then get bigger in the material. All right? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's it about the material.
Then we did some stretches. You can even call it yoga.
Bring the knee a little bit down. Straighten it and finish. Straight, bend, straight. Take place this side. 5 to one side, 5 to the other side. So we dress now. We will help you in the suits as soon as you have your suits on. We go into the water to avoid heat shock.
And here comes the best part of... Hey, there's Soul. And here comes the best part. We're ready to go into the water to try out all the things we've learned.
Those totally okay.
That's it. Now I have to bring the camera into the car. We're going in now. It's quite warm in this thing. And yeah, everything else comes on the little guy here. I'll take this one and see how it goes. of fun. I highly can recommend Carsten. You know, there are some people when they teach or when they do something, you just feel like they're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. You're just in their zone. So, and that's how it felt today in this class. And I would like to do like a combination of yoga and apnea diving, because I think that would be really cool to do. Because the breathing techniques that we learn in yoga really apply here as well, and then also just to be at peace when you go down. You might all have to come to El Hierro to take a workshop here. Thank you for today. That was it. I'll get something to eat now. It's a lot of time in the water. I think after this I should try the underwater arch again, since that was on my list for a while. But I feel I'm definitely ready for that now. So thank you. See you guys soon. Bye for now.
It's very nice there, and Las Playecillas down there is good. There's a lot of places.
So how do we, can we have a final statement?
Final statement. I'm very, very hungry, and I go to the Bahia restaurant now.
Yay! So it was an absolutely wonderful day. Couldn't have been better, and I want to thank Carsten and his son also, who assisted him. And I can only highly recommend him. So if you come to El Hierro, you should definitely book a class with him. I don't think anybody could do it better. So, and I don't say that at all.